The only thing I've experienced in the last year was that I really started walking longer distances. In 7 to 10 miles.
Okay.
And I walk pretty fast, you know, because it's like an exercise. And then, like, maybe the next day, my legs, you know, like...
You're a little sore?
They, like, hurt, like, maybe because I think the pavement is hard, you know?
Okay.
You know?
All
Although I try not to pound the pavement with my heels too much, you know?
And that's been going on consistently?
And I have inserts in my shoes, and these are pretty good shoes. And
okay. You got inserts recently?
Well, no, I got them pretty much, you know, after I started experiencing, like, the hardness. And I knew the concrete is not a good thing to be slamming, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, our feet take the most, you know, impact, right? Our feet and our knees are the most traumatized joints in the body for everybody, not just you. If you're overweight, even more so, right? Luckily, you're not overweight, so you got that going for you.
Well, I'm trying to do that too. I'm trying to get to the more ideal weight as well now.
Mm-hmm.
So that,
well,
I know
what,
that
10,
stresses
15
your body.
pounds you want to lose?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm working on it now. So.
Okay.
But the thing is, I realize that also adds to the, you know, that it's not your natural weight.
Sure, it adds pressure onto the lower back and the discs. So, folks, that's what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about disc problems. And so he came to see me back in March of 2017. It is now almost March of 2022. So we're talking, you know, almost 5 years to the day. And when he came in one time. And there's a reason why chiropractors have you come back, okay? Even if your pain goes away in one adjustment, that's beautiful. That's great. It's lovely. I love it. It's phenomenal. I can't think of any more adjectives to describe it. But it doesn't mean your problem is fixed. And in this situation, his problem wasn't fixed. He has disc degeneration at L4, L5 based on the x-ray, but also he has scoliosis, which is a lateral curve to the right. I won't fix anybody's scoliosis in 1 visit or in 10 visits. That I can guarantee you. So scoliosis takes time to correct, but with the scoliosis, already his spine is out of alignment, so it's going to make him more susceptible to flare-ups. And he was asking me, I felt great for 5 years after the adjustment.
Yeah, I did.
So whatever I did worked really well. I'm happy for that. But he never came back. And now 5 years later, he's having the pain down both legs. Before it was just the left leg, now it's down both legs. So you really need to be careful. If you go into a chiropractor and you have a lot of pain and you know, even if you go a couple of visits, you feel better, don't go by how you feel. And a great example of that is, a great analogy, is there are probably about a couple hundred people across this country today, just today, every day, that will die of a heart attack, unfortunately, without any symptoms at all. Were they sick? Yes. So symptoms, or the absence of symptoms, does not mean you're healthy, okay? You got to be careful going by just how you feel, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put you on some spinal decompression because you're having pain down the legs. Put your head right in the center. You can hold on to the bars right there.
If you think that having done lots of yoga and stretching and anything to do with the lapse of time with that?
Absolutely. I think stretching can be really helpful and effective for not only scoliosis, but, you know, a degenerative disc, for back pain in general. Stretching is huge. Yoga can be helpful, but yoga has some moves in it that could certainly aggravate the back. So it's possible, you're not really sure how you aggravate it, but it is possible that it's coming from yoga. Because when you have a disc herniation or a bulge, which is also known as a prolapse or a protrusion, you want to be careful about mixing motions up. So I'm going to get in front of the camera and explain what I mean by that in just a sec here. So you have 3 lines of motion, or 3 planes of motion. And those 3 planes of motion are this. You have flexion, extension, you have lateral bending, right? and then you have rotation. And you never want to mix 2 or 3 of those motions up together. So in yoga, they do this. They have you flex, and then they have you twist, and they have you do that all the time. And that can certainly aggravate a disc injury that you already have. So it's probably more likely that you might have injured it during yoga. I can't say for sure, but if you notice it again after yoga that you're sore, maybe you want to try to pinpoint which stretch it was that you were doing, but you want to avoid flexing and twisting, or extending back and twisting, or lateral bending and twisting. All of those motions are dangerous for people that suffer from disc injuries. So we're going to keep you here with some heat and on spinal decompression, and then we're going to do a Cox flexion distraction technique for you and help you with that leg pain, okay? Relax here. Okay, so now we're going to do some flexion distraction on you because of the pain in the legs. Actually, you're fine with them on, okay? If you want me to kick them off for you, I can.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
I feel like somehow it's like cutting off the circulation to the top.
No problem. Okay. So you were here back in 2017. It's been a long time. We had these tables back then. You probably remember me doing this to you back then, right? Yeah. So I've done a lot of videos on this topic. Flexion distraction technique is the gold standard when you're dealing with any kind of pinched nerve in the back or the neck. And that's what we're dealing with here. That's why you're having the pain in your legs and numbness, correct?
Not numbness so much, just
More pain?
shock.
Sharp?
My thigh.
Okay.
You know, like if I move the wrong way, I feel like when you get a muscle spasm.
Yeah. Okay, so that comes from the upper nerves in the lumbar spine. So we have 5 lumbar vertebrae, and L1, L2, L3 nerves control the sensation above the knees. So if he's having pain, shock-like sharp pains into the upper thighs, that tells me where to go to and what to address. And that would be L1, L2, and L3 nerves. Now he also has a degenerative disc below that at L4, L5. So again, we just had him in traction, and now, last time I saw him in 2017, we were able to sort of, or so he thought, cure his back. And you may not get that lucky this time, okay? You know, where the pain completely goes away in one visit, okay? So I just don't want you to necessarily expect the same thing as last time, because over the last 5 years, the spine has continued to degenerate, especially with the scoliosis. So let's have your left side up, lay on your left side, and face that way. Face that way, yeah. Nope, the other way, yeah. So, and bring your arm up in front of you.
And be on this.
Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna bring that whole arm in front of you and lay right on your left side.
Like this?
Good, yeah. Bring that arm down here, though. See, it's been so long, he even forgot how to, how we set him up. Okay, so his hip here, this right hip is pulled back and down significantly. I can just tell with him laying
When I
there.
get up in the morning, I definitely am leaning to the right.
So he just told me he has Antalgia. Relax here, let it go. Okay, other side up. Now when he first wakes up in the morning, he leans to the right. So he has Antalgia. The reason why he wakes up and he's leaning to one side is his body's saying, if you straighten up, ow, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna pinch that nerve and hurt your back. So if you compensate by leaning to one side, doesn't mean it's the right way to deal with it, but the body compensates to alleviate the pain for you. And that's what an antalgic lean is. So we know he has a pinched nerve for that reason.
Yeah, I definitely look off when I get up.
Okay, take a deep breath in and blow all the way out. Now, I don't always do this with people with neuropathy down into the legs, this technique. But for him, it's been 5 years, and his pelvis is really distorted and out of alignment. So lay back down on your stomach. And we're going to go ahead and check it again. Okay, legs are now even. This right leg was short by about 3/4 of an inch. It's still a little bit lower, so we're going to fix that. And this is a gentler technique called Thompson technique, where the pieces here, the pelvic piece pops up. Yeah. Okay, go ahead and turn over on your back. Yeah, it does. It probably is an old power tool. Tim the tool man got a hold of that power saw and reconfigured it. All right, take a deep breath in. Tuck your chin down. Come on up. And blow all the way out. Good. All right, hands up in the air. And here, if you see me extend his arms, you'll see this left arm doesn't go as far. It's shorter. I don't expect you guys to see it from here, but it's a big difference. It's about 2 inches. So it tells me that his psoas muscle is tight. Now, it's not a telltale sign on everybody, especially if somebody has a shoulder injury. You know, this is not necessarily a telltale sign of a tight psoas, but this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, is it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So this muscle's tight because he's been leaning to the side and his pelvis has been out of alignment. And it's normal to have a tight psoas muscle when you have sciatic neuropathy or a pinched nerve anywhere in the lower back. So if your chiropractor isn't going in through this area here to check this and you have back pain, or back pain with the leg shooting down the legs, or numbness in the legs, and he's not checking this, and the only way to check this muscle is through the stomach, then he's missing a big piece of the puzzle. Okay, it's like making pizza without putting cheese. You just don't do it. So this is important. You have to check the psoas muscle with anybody that has back pain. And you'll see afterwards, I'm gonna check his arms, and they will balance out. They'll get even. Okay. Yep. So that muscle runs down, attaches to all the lumbar vertebra, and there we go. It's balanced. We'll run all the way down and attach it all the way into the hip, underneath your testicles, you know, in the groin area there. Mm-hmm. So it's a forward and lateral trunk. So when you reach forward and to the side, mm-hmm. or it's also a hip flexor as well. That's why you were feeling it there in your groin. Some people feel it right in their back. Okay. And relax yourself here. Good. Oh, much better. Your neck was really tight too. Were you feeling that? The stiffness in your neck? Yeah, it's a lot better. All right, roll over to your side and come on up. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you guys have any questions or comments, comment below. Thanks for letting us videotape. All right, so hopefully he comes back for that follow-up visit this time. Hopefully he learned a lesson. I hope you guys have.